So hey guys, I'm super excited to sit down with you guys today because I haven't done a makeup review in quite a long time. I thought I would do a foundation review and wear test of the new launch by Haus Labs. So their website says that it's got medium weightless coverage with a natural finish. It's a clean foundation with fermented arnica that helps reduce redness, which I'm very curious about because I've got rosacea on my cheeks and on my nose, and I'm always trying to cover that up. It also protects from environmental stresses with super antioxidants, and it has medicinal herbs that promote healing and calming. It says it's vegan, gluten-free, and cruelty-free. So it says it has a serum-like texture, seamlessly blurs and smooths for a natural, luminous finish that wears all day. We will test that out. No slipping or caking. And it recommends using a brush. They have 51 shades, and in Canada it retails for $59. So I bought shade 230 light medium cool. This is 1 fluid ounce or 30 mils. So this is actually a glass bottle, not plastic. And it comes with a nice little pump there. It has a very smooth texture, blends in quite nicely. It does feel a little serum-y. It doesn't really have a scent, but I'm gonna say it smells a little bit like skincare. Interesting. Okay, so that's it blended out with just my finger. Okay, so let's just get to applying. So I like to start in my cheek area and then work my way down. And I'm just going to stipple it into the skin. It is going on quite smoothly. So I'm just going to do half of my face so you can see the before and after. I didn't put any sort of primer underneath. I just want to see what it looks like over top of my natural skin. You can definitely see that it's brought down some of the red, the rosacea on my cheeks. It's evened out my skin tone. It's smoothed out my skin quite nicely. I can still, move my forehead. And you can see my wrinkles, but it isn't caking in there. I would definitely say it's a medium coverage, so you could build it up a little bit more if you wanted to. My skin just looks more even toned, covered up that nice red there, smoothed everything out. It really just looks kind of pretty. Okay, so I'm going to do the other side and then I'll give you guys a closer look. So my skin's on the drier side, and especially right now, it's wintertime. I don't want a foundation that's going to dry out my skin more or emphasize the fact that my skin is dry, but I'm not seeing that here. It looks hydrated. It looks pretty youthful. It's not settling anywhere in my fine lines or wrinkles. It did even out my skin tone, but it doesn't look like I have a ton of makeup on. You can still see a few imperfections in my skin, which is fine. I'm more than happy to put a little bit of concealer on just to cover up a couple acne scars, but the rest of my skin looks really pretty. So I'm going to do the rest of my makeup off camera, then I'll come back and we'll take another look. So I'm going to apply some loose powder everywhere I normally would, which would be the T-zone and just to contour my cheekbones. So my skin looks really good. The foundation looks really nice after applying my makeup. Now, when I did apply my makeup, it didn't pull any of the foundation off. Everything stayed exactly where it's supposed to. I did add a little bit of concealer to my under eye area and a little through my T-zone because I have a couple acne scars that I like to cover up on my chin. But everything is sitting really well. Nothing looks bunched, nothing's caking, nothing's flaking off or anything. And I'm getting a really nice luminosity through the cheek area. That looks really pretty. Now, I don't like products that look greasy or sweaty. That's not what this looks like. It's a nice little, illumina. It just looks like your skin has a nice little youthful glow under your makeup. So I have a bunch of errands to do today, so I'm going to take you guys with me. That way you guys can see what the foundation looks like in natural light. So I left the house at about 11 a.m. this morning. It's now almost 2 p.m. So I've had it on for about 3 hours. Now I am noticing a little more luminosity starting to appear on the foundation. Now I only put powder on the T-zone and around my jawline. Every place else I left unpowdered, and I didn't put a setting spray on or anything like that. This is just the foundation. You can still see my skin underneath it, but it has covered up some imperfections. It's evened out my skin tone. You can tell it's covered up my rosacea through my cheek area, around my nose area. and it's just made my skin nice and evened out, covered up some of the things I want covered, but it isn't masking my natural skin. You can still see my skin underneath, and it doesn't look like I'm super made up or have a lot of makeup on. And I am really starting to like the luminosity that's coming through. Again, not sweaty, not greasy looking. Just looks like I have this really pretty glow on my skin. So I'm gonna finish the rest of my errands. I think I'm going for dinner tonight, and I'm gonna try to give you guys at least a 10 to 12 hour wear test before I do my check-in. So I'll see you guys a little later. So I'm back home now, and it's just after 10 o'clock. So I've had the foundation on for a little over 11 hours now. So I'm someone that wears makeup a lot, but I don't like a foundation that makes me look like I'm wearing a lot of makeup, if that makes sense. So what I notice is that I'm getting a lot of luminosity through my cheek area and a little around the nose, but not very much on my forehead or on my chin area. Now, I didn't touch up my makeup at all throughout the day. I didn't repowder. So I did watch a couple YouTubers that had oilier skin, and they mentioned that the product seemed to break up around the nose area and a little bit on the chin. Now, my skin is on the drier side, so I didn't have any of that happen. Nothing's broken up around my nose, nothing's broken up around my chin, and actually the product has stayed on very well. Like, the rest of my makeup has started to fade, obviously after 11 hours, but the foundation still looks really pretty. Like, I could probably touch up my makeup and still go out, and my base still looks amazing. What I really liked about the foundation is that it doesn't feel like you're wearing a foundation. It doesn't feel heavy or makeup-y or cakey on the skin. You actually can't even really tell that there is anything on your skin. And I do like the fact that there's some skincare added into the product. It kind of makes you feel like you're doing something good for your skin even though you're wearing a foundation product. The product didn't settle into my fine lines and wrinkles. So you can see when I lift my forehead, there are wrinkles up there. But when I lower my forehead, it's still smooth and crack-free, and the foundation didn't settle in my lines. Same with my marionette lines around my mouth. The foundation didn't settle in there. It still looks soft, smooth. The foundation is still giving me a blurred effect. And what I absolutely loved about it is that it covered up my rosacea. It's very hard to cover up rosacea with a foundation. You normally have to wear a very thick, a very heavy, a very cakey type foundation in order to cover up red pigment. I feel like this foundation would be really good for drier skin or more mature skin because it sits nicely atop of the skin. And it doesn't emphasize any sort of texture you may have on the skin or emphasize any wrinkles. It just makes the skin look glowy, healthy, youthful, which is what I think we all want. Now, again, if you're someone who has more oily skin, I still think it's a great product. You just would have to probably powder a little more or put a primer on that would help with the oil production. So if you're someone who's looking for a foundation that will even out your skin tone, that won't emphasize your dry patches, that won't emphasize any texture, that won't emphasize wrinkles or any sort of fine lines on your skin, I think this is going to be a great match for you. So thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you'll be alerted every time I upload a video. I'll see you guys in the next one.